Hello, yes, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, and you're watching Show Us Your Cat. Woohoo! Yeah, that's right, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, and yes, we are on to episode 76 of Show Us Your Cat. Very exciting times, I think you'll find. Thanks again to everybody who's been contributing to Show Us Your Cat and making this such a great series. And this episode is going to be no exception. It's going to be an absolute corker. We've got some very different boats that we're going to be looking at. Looking forward to that. So I'm coming to you from Vasiliki on the Greek island of Lefkos. Where not much to report this week because we are under a state of lockdown and not much wind, so not much has been going on. But perhaps one of the highlights of the week was the live Q&A session, where I think there was some of the most stimulating questions we've had so far. So if you haven't seen that yet, it is available to watch on the Joyrider TV channel. But for now, I think we should jump straight in and take a look at what we're taking a look at on this week's Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. So let's take a look. Okay, so kicking off this week, we're heading to Ireland, to County Leitrim, Loch Allen, where we have Charlie. Charlie is only 16 years old and he's bought this Hobie 16 for just €600, including the road trailer and sails, all ready to go. Having done the research, and I'm sure some of you will spot this straight away, but this is quite clearly a 1981 Cat Fever with the blue hulls Hobie 16. Since Charlie's got hold of this boat, he has been absolutely loving it, and what is not to love on a Hobie 16. He goes out sailing with his friends who have got their own boats. He's got his friend Tino, who's got this white Dart Sting, and his friend Martin, who's got the yellow Hobie 16 seen here on the beach with Tino's Sting and Charlie's Cat Fever. One of Charlie's projects is to repaint the hulls, and because he has got some fading and peeling going on with the original blue hulls. So put it in the comments below, what colour do you think Charlie should get his boat refinished in? Very good, if you could let us know what you think there. But that Cat Fever looks absolutely cooking, Charlie. Great job. And if you keep up the sailing on that bad boy, who knows where that might take you in the future. Perhaps if it's something that you'd be keen on, perhaps you could be working on Wildwind Beach as an instructor in the future. But thanks very much. Keep up the good sailing and give it the beans. Okay, next up we are heading to Ecuador, would you believe? To the San Pablo Lake and to Yahuracocha, which incidentally means Blood Lake, where we have Fernando. Fernando has got a Minicat 420 in motion. We featured the Minicats before a few times, and as we know, the Minicat is a range of inflatable catamarans, very practical indeed. This Minicat 420 only takes 30 minutes to assemble from in the bag. Only weighs in at 52 kilograms, but even though the boat is so light, it is rated to carry 450 kilograms of sailor. That could be up to 4 adults on the boat. It's got a 6.2 meter mainsail, a slightly smaller jib, and it really tickles along very nicely indeed. Now I think you'll agree that this certainly looks like a spectacular place that Fernando is sailing. Both of the lakes that he's sailing on are very high up, over 2,000 meters above sea level, and located near one of the many active volcanoes named Imbabura volcano, an active volcano. Now that is a stunning backdrop for any sailing I think you'll find. They have great fun on the Minicat, and the fastest they've had out of it so far is 9 knots, but as we've said before, I think she's got more to give. Fernando is generally sailing with his wife and son, sometimes with other relatives and friends, but once again the Minicat is absolutely doing the business in being both practical, easy to store, but providing some great sailing. And here we could just see some of the detail of how well built but simple the Minicat is. So thanks very much, Fernando, for sending us those pictures and videos of your Minicat. Hope you can enjoy some more great sailing to come. Now we're heading to the UK, to Grafham Water, which incidentally is somewhere I used to work, where we have the dynamic trio of Stephen, Richard and Tony, who have just bought this fantastic looking Nacra into 20. They bought it at the start of October this year. It had arrived at Grafham Water Sailing Club over a year ago, and since arriving had just sat on the trailer ever since, never went out. So the owner decided to sell it. It's been a revelation to the guys in terms of speed, acceleration and handling. The 20 is an absolute beast. Tony and Richard have had it up to 23 miles per hour, and the guys know that she's got more to give, but she is a powerful boat and requires a certain touch. It's got 45 square meters of sail on the downwind legs. She's got a decent sized spinnaker, very controllable with a lightweight load on the rudder. This particular 20 was built in the USA, and if you didn't know, the Nacra Inter 20 was originally built for what was going to be called the International Formula 20 class, which also included the Hobie Fox. These great snarling boats of the sea, 2 meters 60 wide, 6 meters long, very fast, very cool boats, basically for a heavier sailor than that is suited to the F18. So if you're too heavy for an F18, the F20 was going to be ticking the boxes for you. Unfortunately, the class never really took off, but that means there are bargains to be had, like this 20 that the guys have picked up at Grafham. We can clearly see that these guys are not afraid of flying the hull and giving it some beans. Just 2 things that I've spotted from the video. First one is, do have a look at the dagger boards and just check the friction on the dagger boards to make sure they firstly don't slip down or wobble from side to side. It is important to have both dagger boards lifted, especially while reaching in trapezing conditions. And perhaps just for a bit more speed, a touch more outhaul on the mainsail might just transfer some of that hull flying to more boat speed. But thanks very much, guys, for sending us those pictures and videos of your great looking Inter 20. Hope you have some more sailing and it doesn't get too cold just yet this year. So thanks very much. Next, we're heading down to Mozambique, to Maputo, where we're going to have a look at a brand new feature, and that is called Cake of the Week. This week, Cake of the Week has been made by Damien's wife. It's his birthday cake, And featured on the cake is Damien's Hobie Pearl. And I think you could agree that is an absolute beauty. Good work there with the cake. So there we go. I think you'll agree what an absolutely cooking trio of boats featured in this week's Show Us Your Cat. Thanks very much to everybody again for sending in those pictures and videos of your boats. It really does make this quite a great feature on Joyrider TV. If you would like your boat to be featured on Show Us Your Cat, then this is a great idea. This is what is making this program what it is, by people like you sending their pictures in so that your boat could be featured. All you have to do is email me with pictures or video. Let me know where it is that you sail, who perhaps you go sailing with, and anything else interesting about your boat, and then I'll put it into the video like this, and happy days are here again. So thanks very much for doing that. If you've already done that, or if you are going to do that, that would be very nice. Also ongoing, but as it seems slowing down a little bit, the global speed stick. In fact, we've only got 5 weeks left to run on the current speed stick, so there's still a chance to get in there, and then come January the 1st we'll be resetting the speed sticks so that then we'll start afresh, and the old leaderboard will be archived, and we'll add to that at the end of every year so we can have a look at the all-time speed stick. Good idea? I think so. So get involved. If you're going to go out sailing, take a GPS device with you and get on the speed stick. Easy. If you haven't got a GPS watch, the easiest way that you can do it with technology that you already own is with a phone, running an app such as Strava, perhaps in a dry bag, attached very securely to the boat or your buoyancy aid, and then there you go. You'll be able to see how fast you went and get on the leaderboard. Not much else to report at this time, except if you haven't been to totaljoyrider.com for a while, there have been some big developments there. We've got some new styles that have been listed. To note, there is now the Hurricane 5.9 SX, giving it the Beans t-shirt. We've got the Tornado t-shirt. We've got the Prindle 15 t-shirt as well, if the Prindle 15 is what ticks the boxes for you. But perhaps most excitingly, if you're a Hobie 16 fan, I've just launched the Hobie 16 custom shop on totaljoyrider.com, where I have made t-shirts with the style of many different classic Hobie 16 sail colours. Everything on there is completely customizable, so you could get your sail number on there, you could get your boat number on there, or boat name perhaps, and any witty slogan or message that you'd care to have on there. Again, just send me an email, let me know what it is that you'd like, and I'll put the design together for you so you can take a look and then let me know if you like it, and if you like it, then we can build it. Lovely. But last thing with the totaljoyrider.com is, if you are thinking of getting stuff for Christmas, do get in there by the end of the month, because if you leave it until December, I don't know what the situation is going to be like with the times it takes to print things and then for them to be delivered. So get in there sooner rather than later if you're thinking about it. Okay, that's enough of an advertising feature, I think you'll find. But thanks very much for watching. Thanks to everybody who's been supporting the channel, and I'll see you next week with more Show Us Your Cat on Joyrider TV. Woo!